Out of turn 2, Donnie Allison in first. Where will Cale make his move? He comes to the inside. Donnie Allison throws the block. Cale hits him. He slides. Donnie Allison slides. They hit again. They drive into the turn. They're hitting the wall. They're head on the wall. They slide down to the inside. Let's watch those third-place cars. They're out of it.
What was that conversation between you and Cale right after the whole thing? Because I saw you kind of had him by the arm and you were talking to him.
Well, after the wreck, Cale and I, we had some pretty unpleasant words towards each other, but no fighting or nothing like that. And at the time, really, I didn't even think about fighting. I just lost the Daytona 500 the third time. I should have won it, maybe a fourth time. And, you know, I'm sitting down there in the infield in a wrecked race car, and a little short, squatty guy that wrecked me standing right there beside me. But
Who wrecked you?
you know who wrecked me. Anyway,
That guy.
so we had a few unpleasant words towards each other, and that was basically it. Well, Bobby shows up and stops, and he's about probably 30 feet away from us on the apron of the racetrack, and he hollers over at me, "Am I all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." He said, "You want to ride back to the pit?" And I said, "No, I'm going to stay here with the car." And all this time, Cale's walking towards his car. I couldn't hear what Cale was saying to Bobby because, you know, his back was to me. And the next thing you know, I see Cale hit Bobby, you know, to the window net.
Yeah. Oh.
So I ran over there and I grabbed Cale by the left arm and I spun him around. I said, "If you want to fight, you SOB, I'm the guy you need to be fighting with." Well, by that time, how Bobby got out there fast, I don't know. But anyway, he got out, and then the fight broke out. And, you know, and they got pictures of me with my helmet raised up. I never touched him.
Yeah.
God is my witness, not my mother, God.
Right.
And it's a good thing. Like I told my mother, if he ever hit me or I'd ever hit him that day, I probably would have killed him.
And there's a fight between Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison. The tempers overflowing. They're angry. They know they have lost. And what a bitter defeat.
A couple of very hard men, very hardly upset. And Bobby Allison is stopped by his brother to help.
I know you told me before that Bobby would start the fights and you would finish them or something like that.
Well, I was in, not proudly so, but I was in 7 of them at a racetrack. And my brother started 5 of them.
Yeah.
And I didn't lose any of them either.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You remember that, Terry?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So also tell me about whenever you were in grade school and somebody picked on you. I say grade school, meaning your younger grades, and somebody picked on you.
I was in 7th grade. Well, I was a very small lad at the time, and I had very large ears. And they used to call me Dumbo all the time, and I guess that was all right. But this guy in my room was named Joe Schuster, and I'll tell you how big he was. In the 9th grade, he was a varsity center on the varsity football team.
Okay.
And this is the 7th grade when this happened. Anyway, we got into it, and for a better explanation, I beat the hell out of him. And anyway, so that started a reputation in some way, shape, or form. And then I had another guy there that I went to school with from Michigan. Jim Kellerman was his name, and we used to have. I went to Catholic school, and we had intramural, you know, track meets and everything like that. And I could fly, and we ran 5 events, me and this guy, and I won all 5 of them. He ran second in all 5 of them. And at the awards banquet, the coach called me up there at one time. He said, "You might as well just stay here because we got a bunch more to give you." And he told Kellerman every time to go sit down.
Yeah.
And so we had a little thing going, whatever, I don't know. But anyway, in the morning we get to school. We went to school downtown Miami and had a concrete playground. We didn't have a grass playground. And we used to get the basketball and shoot basketball before the bell rang. Well, he threw the basketball and hit me with it. And when he did, I hit him, and I hit him so hard, they took him to the hospital. Anyway, make a long story short, I plastered that guy's nose all over his face, and that was the talk of the school.
Yeah.
And see, our school was from kindergarten to seniors. You know, the whole school. It wasn't junior high or none of that. So my reputation got going again.
Yeah.
And I guess they expect you to live up to it.
Right.
We want to try you out.
Yeah.
I didn't like that, but anyway.
So you learn how to be tough from a young age.
Yeah, well, my dad helped a lot. My dad told me, he said, son, don't ever start one, but if one starts, you finish it.
There you go. That's wise words.
So I took that to heart pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, they make big sticks, and
Sure.
a bigger stick than a big stick.
Yeah.